Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sessions Cafe. I'm your host, Keri Singleton, and today we welcome my former teammate from the Keri's Korner radio show for our reunion show, KeVaughn Merrill, Andre Jones, and of course, Paul Dorsa. This show has definitely been one that a lot of people have been asking about since the radio show ended back in September of 2023, and it's my honor to have the guys back on the show. Back on this show. Welcome back, guys. Hey. Well, not really welcome back, but welcome back. Welcome back to the collective.
Feels good to be back.
Yes, great to be here.
Yeah, man, it's been a journey, and I'm glad to have you back, especially since my mom specifically requested that this show be done.
Hey.
So shout out to my mom. Hey. Really quickly, in 2013, at an independent New York City-based radio station, I launched the Keri's Korner radio show. In fact, it was April Fool's Day of 2013. The show ran for 10 years, a little over 10 years, and was syndicated in over 10 radio networks, including London, Chicago, and Houston. So the last couple of years of the show, the last 4 or 5 years of the show, were the best years. I'm saying it's not because the gentlemen are here, but because it's true. I had an incredible team from day one, but when I was able to work with these guys, it became more than just a radio show. For me, it became a family. So I want to welcome them to Sessions Cafe. How you been? How you guys been?
Oh yeah, I've been great, Keri. It's great to be here.
Good. So we're gonna, because we have 4 different mics, I'm gonna ask you questions individually, but you know how we do. Just, it is what it is. Paul Dorsa was the producer and engineer for the Keri's Korner radio show.
Yeah.
Raise your hand just so everybody knows that you're Paul.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Paul.
Andre Jones was the in-studio DJ and director of music for the Keri's Korner radio show.
That's
He's
me.
the guy with this Andre Jones on his hoodie. And of
the
course, last but certainly not least, my little brother from another mother, KeVaughn Merrill, was the assistant producer and content creator for the Keri's Korner radio show.
Was good, folks.
So we're going to start with a couple of interesting questions. We worked together long, and I look at Andre's getting all nervous. This is one of the episodes you don't expect to see on Sessions Cafe because we usually have serious topics. This will be anything but serious, more than likely.
Yeah.
So, Paul, just what's new, man? How's Connecticut treating you?
It's good. I actually moved farther out into Connecticut.
Oh, wow.
So I'm not in Stamford anymore, but I'm in New Haven County. So it was a little trek to get out here, but I wasn't going to miss it for the world. So.
Yeah. Well, you're definitely one of the reasons I wanted to do this show, man, because you were probably with the show the longest of the 3 of you, and it's been such a long time. You were an intern first, and then, you became the show's producer and engineer, and then my, I guess, studio pain in the ass. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but I'm just kidding. I love Paul with all my heart.
I thought you were going to say your friend. I thought you were going to say your friend too.
Yeah, but my little brother. Andre, you've been DJing and doing your thing up and down the Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore.
Okay. Update me on some stuff you've been up to.
Well, actually, I help manage operations for Stat 10 Productions, a company on Staten Island.
Okay.
I work now closely with this promoter, NYC VIP.
Okay.
He does the strictly old school throwback events and day parties. This shout out to Anthony Rob Lowe, a Grammy nominated producer and DJ.
Dope.
And Mike Torres. They put me on. I've been working with them. Shout out to Indian Fury. He's the owner of Stat 10. We've been going gangbusters for the last 6 years.
Okay.
That's how I've been.
Congratulations.
And now, recently, the Existence Collective, they have stuff. That's how I got into the Jersey Shore. Been fun. I love it.
Great. And KeVaughn, last but certainly not least, my little brother from another mother, as I said probably 2 seconds ago. What have you been up to? People have been asking me. A lot of people have been asking me, what's up with KeVaughn? Like, I guess we were attached to the hip for so many years that people are like, what happened to him? As if you disappeared. You have a life? What have you been up to, young man?
Yeah, so I mean, for a long time, Keri, where you went, I went, and it was really cool. Yeah. And right now, I'm working a lot with Vision Services for the Blind, visually impaired. I do their social media, so I'm going around covering folks that are like me that have visual impairments and seeing the great services that Visions does for them. So it's been really awesome.
I'm so proud of you. First question, when did you all start at the Keri's Korner radio show? We'll start with you, Paul.
Yeah, I think sometime in 2021, beginning of 2021, I believe I started working for the show, and I was looking to get into radio, and I believe I stumbled upon your posting, and it was just, the rest is history.
The rest is history. Andre, you were the. I had a hard search for a DJ the last couple of years of the show, and it was painful. Very painful. Very painful. And when you and I connected, it was like it was a blessing. Do you remember when that was?
Actually, if I remember correctly, that was January, right before COVID.
Okay.
Like, it was right before the shutdown. My friend at the time, I think he was your intern then, Tommy. He's like, "Yeah, would you mind just playing background tracks for the radio?" I'm like, "All right." And then you listen to what I like, and then I got to stay.
Yeah, you got to hang out. And KeVaughn, we all remember your first day.
Oh yeah.
When the magic question came about who's Janet Jackson.
Yeah, and
we decided that your answer would determine whether you would stay with us or not.
Right. I wasn't super familiar with the answer.
Right.
I don't think I did an A+ job, but I think I did good enough to pull it through.
Good enough to stick around. What your most memorable in the studio moment? I'm going to start with you, Paul.
Me,
Because there's been plenty.
Now, I remember actually, I think I started in 2020 before COVID. I don't know why I said 2021, but most memorable moment, I mean, there's so many, I can't even think. I would probably say, even though it was bittersweet, the last episode was one of the most memorable moments for me, because just seeing everybody come together, and we had a celebration of all the work that you and us have done for those 10 years. And just seeing all the people that cared about the show and that we had met and did awesome interviews with and content with. So just that celebration of the show was one of the most memorable moments for me.
September 11th, 2023. Andre, what about you? Most memorable moment on the show?
Oh man, I had a few of them, but
just one.
One, I could say this. Nez. The DJ
battle.
Yeah, that was actually fun. I'll be honest, that was fun. But had their turntables there worked better, I think that would have been much more fun.
We definitely want to do more of those, but the equipment at the studio we were in was not the best. So yeah, we'll skate right on over that, because I know that you want to say something and it's probably inappropriate. KeVaughn, same question. What was your most memorable moment?
Okay,
if
so
you had to pick one.
Anybody that knows me is probably gonna guess this one pretty easily, but when we had Trey the BK chef come on the show, and he brought some absolutely delectable victuals into the studio that I was feasting on, it was amazing. Bless that man. It was some delicious stuff that he brought in.
He actually passed away, man. So
I know.
God bless his soul, man. We had a lot of great guests. We had guests. Sorry, that were other radio personalities. We had celebrities come in. We had chefs, models, you name it. We had a plethora of guests. That brings me to my next question. Your favorite guests. We'll start with you, KeVaughn.
Okay, so I really like Trey the BK chef, but I will also bring up when we had the owners of the Museum of Nostalgia come in. They were really fun, because they brought in all sorts of toys and nostalgic goodies and all sorts of interesting items that were, I loved whenever we decorated the studio, and that time the studio looked really fun, really interesting, fun to take pictures of. So that was awesome.
Yeah, we used to celebrate with the holidays and Halloween and get dressed up. What about you, Dre? Who was your favorite guest on the show, if you had to pick one?
Man, that's hard. Actually, Kalia Clark.
Kalia Clark. Okay.
I like me some Kalia. She's so sweet.
Yes, we know.
She was cool.
Yeah, she's definitely.
No, she was really cool, man.
Yeah. And Paul, your favorite guests on the show?
That's a tough one, because all of our guests were really amazing and awesome people. But two that stood out to me the most would probably be Cecil Wade and Jonathan Marin. I might have missed him. But both those guys, loved meeting them, and always had a nice conversation with them when they came on the show a couple of times.
Yeah, we've had a lot of experiences. We've had a lot of fun times. In fact, let's check out one right now.
What about those? These are comfortable, official, stylish shoes. I need it. Hey, this is the closest I've ever been to a pair of Crocs, and I'm going to put my glasses on.
But I cannot see. I'm legally blind.
And we know that you got a chuckle out of that one because Lord knows we did. Never a dull moment with these guys on the air. Paul and KeVaughn were also the producers and co-producers of the first couple of episodes of Sessions Cafe. As a matter of fact, you guys launched the show with me as producer and assistant producer of the show before we were blessed enough to come into a studio. We had to do the gorilla thing when we were actually outside.
Yeah.
What's something that you remember most, KeVaughn, about the first couple of episodes, the first season of Sessions Cafe that you, myself, and Paul worked on together?
Yes. So that first interview that we held with Andino Ward was so interesting. I actually did not know very much about the MOVE organization or the history behind that at the time. And that interview that you held with him in the park, that just will always stick in my mind because it was an interesting experience, setting the camera up, being out there in the park, and it was just, I learned a lot just from that whole, it was a long conversation, very honest, very real, and that was incredible.
Yeah. We got an award for that.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you guys so much for your work. Paul, same question. Like, what are some of the things that you remember about taping and producing the first season of Sessions Cafe?
I just remember it was very difficult. We were definitely running around like with our heads cut off, almost felt like, trying to figure out how we were going to get it done and make it look good. And I wish that we could have gotten more of the episodes out there that we did film, because we did do a few more episodes too that didn't even really get finished. But just you know, trying to figure out how to get good audio and good video and B-roll and stuff, and just really trying to take your image for what the show wanted to be and try and get that foundation started. So it's cool to see that you've continued on with the show and made it into this great production here. It's really awesome to see.
Yeah. Well, this is your baby. This is your baby. KeVaughn and Paul, this is the fruits of your labor, man. So I'm glad that you were able to work with me on the foundation of the show. But this is your show, so welcome to the show. Awesome. And we'll be right back after this. And we're back on Sessions Cafe with the Keri's Korner radio show reunion show, featuring Andre Jones, KeVaughn Merrill, and Paul Dorsa. The truth is, we became really good friends. We did everything together. We went to different events outside of the radio show together. There's, of course, the memorable moment when we all went to American Dream, which is a giant mall out in Secaucus, New Jersey. We all went swimming, and but there's a moment that I wanted to bring up. One of my most memorable moments. In December of 2021, I went up to Boston to spend Thanksgiving with my family. And unfortunately, I contracted COVID at some point while I was away. I was admitted into the hospital and was told by the physician that was treating me that there was a very good chance that I was going to pass away. The COVID was pretty relentless, and it hit my lungs, and I got really, really sick to the point where I had to spend 10 days in the hospital. And in that 10-day period, they were constantly, at the hospital anyway, they were constantly saying, to my mom, who was also sick from COVID, over the phone, they were telling her that, they were going to have to put me on the ventilator. And if they did, that I probably would not survive the experience. Thankfully, I did survive. Obviously, I'm here. And came back. I was determined to come back to the show, I think within a week. I think a week after I was released, I was back on the air. And I'll never forget, sitting in the lobby of our studio in Brooklyn, and when you guys came in, I mean, we weren't coworkers. We were definitely family.
It was great to have you back, man.
Yeah,
You know, I thought about that when I was preparing for this show, and I remember just each of you guys giving me hugs as if you thought you may have never seen me again.
Yeah,
KeVaughn,
man.
do you want to reflect on that moment?
Yeah, Keri, I mean, like, we really did create a connection. I love, you call me your little brother from another mother, and I really do feel that it was to see you come back to deal with all of that you were so sick. It was scary. I really felt like, oh man, this is a great guy that I don't know, like, I would feel really crushed if I hadn't seen you again. So just to see you getting into the studio, ready to get back to work, I was overcome. I had to give you a big hug, man.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Same, man. I'm just glad, like, you survived that. That was a rough couple of days waiting to hear news. Like, since we knew that you were all right and you were coming back, I was a lot more at ease when I seen you, especially. It was like, here he is.
And Paul, you're usually a very stoic person. It seemed like historically with the show, you had the poker face. But what are your thoughts on that moment?
Yeah, like Dre was saying, like, we hadn't really heard from you much, and we knew you got sick, so I was, extremely concerned. And, when you let us know that you were doing better and you were coming back to the show, like, I think I said maybe you should take another week or two off,
Right.
rest up, but I was definitely glad to have you back and feeling good because, we were all worried for sure. It was scary.
Yeah, we definitely created a bond that meant a lot to me outside of just work. I mean, Paul introduced me to the term oversharing, and I know that I overshared with you guys all the time, a lot more so than I probably should have. What do you think is something that I overshared a bit too much about Andre? His eyes are popping out of his head. What's a Keri oversharing moment?
Oh, man, I'm trying to think of which one, because there's a lot of them.
Well, you know what?
He's thinking, what can he say?
But listen, stop there, because here's one right here for you, an oversharing moment.
I'm a little embarrassed, to be honest, that all these people are here, but
Were you not circumcised?
no. It's not like, why do you always gotta go there?
Well, that's what I thought where you was going.
No, it's not, I would not say that.
I would. If I was, but I'm not.
I have a tattoo.
My mother loves me, sorry.
I have a tattoo,
Oh.
and it's of the McDonald's arches.
Hey, do the arches.
Are you serious?
And it's on my ass.
Oh, okay. All right. Over a billion souls.
How do you guys grow into your roles on the radio show? We'll start with you, Paul.
Yeah, well, I guess, my role changed at the show pretty quickly. I started off as an intern and then proved my worth, I guess, and was able to operate the boards and help you out in that sense because you were doing it and it was very distracting for you.
Right.
I always wanted to do radio and TV and content stuff, so I just really enjoyed having the mic in front of me and be able to just have fun on the show with all the guys. So it was pretty natural for me, honestly, but and you had a very welcoming show, so it was just easy to feel acclimated right away.
KeVaughn, how would you answer that?
Yeah, so I think that I came in with a lot of my media knowledge. I was at Brooklyn Tech, I learned about media studies, and so I think that when I came in, I really wanted to work on the Keri's Korner trailer that we put together. And I think that was a time where you let me flex and really like work around and try out my skills, and I really appreciate that opportunity, and I'm really happy with how that video had come out at the time. And I think that what expanded my abilities on the show was when you let me get on the mic. I really, I didn't expect it at first, it was a surprise, but then slowly I got to talk more and more on the microphone, and I came to really love it. I loved that experience, and people tell me sometimes that I had a voice for radio, so I really enjoyed getting to feel that out and see how it felt. It felt awesome.
Yeah, we was thinking about renaming the show the KeVaughn Korner radio
KeVaughn's
show.
Korner.
I mean, once everybody got their own personalities going, and that's the thing I didn't want it to be about me. I wanted the show to reflect our personalities. I wanted people to feel when they were listening to the show, what we felt in the studio. Dre, your personality was always a winner.
Yeah.
One that we always had to be cautious about. How did you grow into your role from just being a DJ? Because I remember initially you were just about playing good music.
Yeah.
And I was explaining to you that we need your personality. So how do you feel that you grew into your role?
Well, I always went with I have the personality of a foot. But now I realize that, wait, I'm actually funny, but I realize I can give good insight to certain topics, especially if we have opposing views.
Right.
You realize that we may not agree,
Right.
but there's always common ground.
Right,
And respect was always there.
Right. Well,
That's how
sometimes.
And you're not shy about it.
Not always. We tried, though.
I tried.
Andre and KeVaughn and myself actually traveled to Houston, Texas
Yes.
for 95.3 Jam's welcome party. And really, really great radio station out in Houston, Texas. They threw us a welcome party when they syndicated us, and Paul couldn't make it, but KeVaughn and myself and Andre went to Texas and had some great fun and some great food.
Oh, yeah.
That was wild.
Talk about the Houston trip, Dre.
Well, I had to meet you guys down there, and Turkey Leg Hut, man.
You knew I was
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, man, it was amazing. But the people down there, the welcoming party, they were awesome.
Yeah,
All of them.
yeah.
And I would like to definitely try to catch them again soon.
Yeah.
In the future. They were great.
And KeVaughn and I traveled down a little earlier.
Yes.
And I got to take him to because I used to live in Houston when I was a kid. And I got to take him to my old neighborhood. Do you remember some of the funnier moments that I shared with you about my childhood involving a swimming pool, maybe?
You know, the swimming pool was the first thing that came to my mind because we're filming out by Keri's old home, and we see the swimming pool area where there is no swimming pool, but there is a sign on the floor that tells you no diving.
Right.
So it's no diving into a slab of concrete.
Right.
So that really is always going to stick in my head. There's so many funny moments.
Because there used to
Houston.
be a swimming pool and they paved it over.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then you also got to see where I first learned to swim.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story. Check that out right here.
Yeah, little things.
Little things like me jumping out of a swimming pool when I realized that a guy from the neighborhood who had been teaching me how to swim had no legs. I used to be terrified of limbless people when I was 6 years old. So he's teaching me how to swim. My mother's on deck watching. We're having a great old time. And then, he gets out the pool to dry off, and I was inconsolable. I screamed, I cried.
Oh my God.
My mother tried to console me. She tried to console the man, and I'm like, the hell with the man. He ain't got no legs. What am I supposed to do?
Look at my problem.
Houston. Talk about a problem.
You saw that, just act like you didn't see it. It's been a long journey, you guys. From strangers to coworkers to friends, and I think that's really the important part of this story, of this episode, is that I wanted to celebrate not necessarily the radio show, but I want to celebrate us. Behind us you see this cartoon that was drawn, and I think it's pretty accurate. We won't say anything more than that. You guys can see it.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty representative of our personalities, at least at the time, anyway. But hey, I mean, if nothing else, we were very colorful and animated individuals on the air.
Yes, sir.
We used to do a thing called Keri's Question of the Day, or Keri's
Conversation.
Keri's Conversations.
Man,
doggy.
Yeah. Where every week, different members of the team would pose a question, and we would all give our opinions, which were always very interesting. Paul, I'm going to start with you. What was your most memorable Keri's Conversation?
You're putting me on the spot here. I wish I was a little bit more prepared.
It's all right. Some things never change, huh?
I'm trying to think. I would just say this is going to be a cop-out, but I feel like every single conversation was a funny one, and they were always different, and I think back, like, trying to figure out what I was going to talk about, and sometimes I would do something serious. Sometimes I would do more of a trolley answer and see if I could get a rise out of the guys.
Yeah.
But
Right.
specifically, I can't think of one. Sorry, Keri.
I could think of quite a
You
few.
can.
What about you, KeVaughn? Because
Okay.
you had a lot of input, and you always gave the safest answer. I felt. I've always said you're the nicest person I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, I try not to offend people when I get on, so
Yeah.
I stand out a little bit from some of the group, but you know.
Andre.
Yep.
And so I think now it's hard for me to come up with a specific Keri's conversation, but I do know there were quite a few great ones where we were touching on things that were current in the news, which was very fun aspect of Keri's conversation because it was something that was constantly shifting, and we could say a little bit more than what we would normally say. So
Wasn't there a Robert De Niro one now that I think of it?
there definitely was. I
Yeah.
can't. Yeah.
Didn't he have like?
like 75. Yeah.
Oh yeah, his kid.
Yeah, he's very old to be having such a young. Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
Andre, I'm
That's a
almost
good one.
afraid to ask you what your favorite Keri's conversation topic was. but
Oh,
just
this-
keep in mind that this is network television.
All right. Believe it or not, it was the one where we were discussing zodiac signs.
Oh,
Because
Ooh, okay.
that one clip, a lot of my friends kept sharing it, and I was like, it's because of what I said at the end of my thing. I'm like, people can always use the cop out of, I act this way because of my zodiac sign. I'm like,
right, yeah. Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
That's just who you are. That's the censored version.
That's good.
Well, we're out of time, man, and it feels like we got to do this again.
Please.
We
Yeah.
definitely got to do this again. Even if it's not on camera, we got to do it at American Dream or at Applebee's. Maybe not Applebee's. That's well, I don't. And moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to do it again. But I just want you guys to know I love you so much.
Love it, bro.
Andre, thank you for bringing so much charisma to the DJ booth. Bringing
problem.
so many dope mixes. I mean, your blends are awesome. And I think one of the things that you learned that was very different about DJing for a radio show is that there are a lot of parameters.
Yes.
And you mastered the job quite well. So thank you.
DJ.
Paul,
Thank you.
you were like my right-hand man. I felt extraordinarily comfortable when you were sitting next to me in engineering. I felt incredibly anxious when you weren't. You taught me a lot of things, man, but you also taught me friendship, and you taught me consistency, and you taught me the importance of me being able to be myself. KeVaughn, you and I spent a lot of time together out of the studio, traveling from Chicago to Houston to Philly to Boston to
Everywhere.
Washington to Baltimore. I mean, we did a lot of traveling together, and you
Yeah.
definitely became symbolic for me of what a friend really is.
I appreciate that, Keri.
And so I love you guys very much. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
No problem.
Hopefully, Paul and KeVaughn, you are you approve of the evolution of Sessions Cafe, and hopefully we'll have the three of you back sooner than later.
All
Yes,
right.
Please.
Thank you, man.
No
Thank you.
problem.
And we'll see you guys next week.